I'm Karen and I'm a human.
What is the story of your glasses? Where did you buy your glasses?
They're backup glasses because my prescription glasses that I need to see three different ways, they're trifocals, uh, were were crashed in when I had a rear-ended car accident. A driver crashed into me, and I had a traumatic brain injury, neck and spinal injury, and my glasses broke. They're glued back together because they have my prescription in them, and I couldn't at the time afford a new frame. So these are a pretty cheap, some store that just has maybe $9 close-up glasses. And that's what I need for Zoom. And then I use the glued ones when I'm not on Zoom or reading or doing close-up artwork.
Okay. I see you have a green t-shirt and a navy blue, maybe a hoodie, or can you tell me the story of these two pieces of clothing? So let's start by the green t-shirt. Where did you buy it?
Um, that's a hand-me-down from my mom, who's 90, but she goes to Savers and looks for deals. And she got this t-shirt for herself and didn't like the color on her. So she gave it to me. So that's my t-shirt under my navy shirt, which is one of my favorite work and teaching shirts, long sleeve cotton
So
t-shirt.
where did you buy it?
Uh, that's a hand-me-down from my sister.
Okay, so it's a gift from your sister.
It's a gift from my sister. I wear a lot of recycled clothes.
Did you have a breakfast this morning?
No,
Okay,
no.
what was the last time you ate something?
Uh, I had for I'm on a education committee at the art center where I teach, and before the meeting, I went to the local pizza joint for a fish taco.
Okay. How can you describe the taco? I mean, there was fish, there was vegetable. What type of fish was it? And did you like it?
I loved it. It's my third time I've had it. It had, what kind of fish was it? I don't know what kind of fish it was,
Was
but
it fried or how was the fish prepared?
I you can have it fried, and I asked for it not fried, and then it had lettuce, peppers, and lettuce, peppers, some other veggies, tomato,
Can you characterize the crispiness of the lettuce? Was it crispy or not crispy?
very crispy.
Ah, okay. So you heard the crunch when you ate the taco.
Did. Yes, I did. It was crispy. The fish had great flavor. It was fresh. Because where I work is by a lot of the seashore, so I work at close to coastal areas in Rhode Island, and the fish was very fresh. It's a small restaurant. It's individual owned. It's not a large restaurant or a chain. The owner was the chef at a bigger restaurant down the road, and he opened up a tiny one-room place a few years, about maybe 10 years ago. And
Okay.
yeah, food was really good.
Good. So let's talk about the building you're in right now. You're in your home, correct?
I have two residences. One is the home of my fiance, And this is my workspace in his home.
Okay.
And my son is there as well. And he lives and works here. And I am here most of the week right now. This room is an extra room above the garage, and it is probably designed to be an in law space because it has a sink in it, and it's got two doors. It's the end of the house, and it's my work studio.
Okay. What was the job of your father?
My father had always two jobs. He was an athlete and loved sports, and so he was a coach. And he was educated and grew up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, um, from a single mom working family. I think she worked at the local school kitchen. And he was raised by a lot of World War II vets, uncles, primarily, spent a lot of time with his uncles, a whole crew of them, and moved to Connecticut after marrying my mom and having my sister and I in, he had my sister in Arkansas when he was still in the service, and they had me when I was in Milwaukee. But he got a job teaching history in Litchfield, Connecticut, um, old money New England, beautiful colonial town. And he taught in the regional public school that combined Warren, Morris, and Goshen, three small uh, agricultural areas. And he was first the history teacher and then did more schooling and became the guidance counselor for the program.
And what was the job of your mom?
My mother was a nurse, and also, I think because of that time period, it was still, she was one of the working mothers. That area was more upper class and upper middle class, and she was a full time working nurse and also very full time homemaker, housekeeper, and mother. She did the lion's share of the housework. Over the years, I think through me, because I think I was an out of the womb, uh, equal work time pay feminist, I helped coach my dad. And my dad did a lot more than many dads with the counseling side. So he did a lot of invisible labor. He was really great to talk with and really smart and very politicized, very interested in history. So he was also good conversationally. But my mom really balanced a heavy load of household work and full-time work as a nurse. She also had a lot of take-home work with papers and forms. But
Did you consider to become a nurse or a sports coach at some point?
it's such a great question. Absolutely not. And that's interesting. No, I I think that was an encouragement on in some ways early on. You could do what your mom or dad do. And my sister became a nurse, and but I very early on wanted to be either politically involved. I was involved in school politics, and it was the 60s and 70s. I was very shaped by the social justice and movements and politics of that time. My dad was a real critical thinker. And I was school president. I played sports. I was captain of 3 sports, but I wanted to be I felt that being an artist and moving to New York and being an artist and finding some way as an artist to live in the world would be my direction and my life. Uh, and my grandfather, my mother's father, was an illustrator and commercial photographer. He and his brother had an ad agency in Manhattan, and and he worked in New York as that. He went to Chicago Art Institute as an illustrator and uh, supported his family. My grandmother was one of the 2 first women at the New School and Parsons to be accepted as females into that program, but no one would hire them when they got out with their portfolios till she came to my grandfather's ad agency, got hired there, worked for a year, and then he married her. And they fell in love, and she became a housewife and raised her kids, my mom and uncles in the Catskills and Yonkers. And my grandfather commuted. So it was a possibility that I could be an artist and support myself.